So, venting vlog number 1. My name is Justice, and I guess you could just say this is my story as of January. On January 18th, 2013, I didn't know it at the time, but my best friend had been killed. I later found out the next day, almost 2 days later, that she was gone. Obviously, I didn't believe it at first. I didn't believe the cops when they showed up and said she was killed. I didn't believe it when my mom told me it was her. Hell, I didn't even believe it when the funeral was happening. When I had to go up there and talk, it was probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I knew this girl for almost 17 years, and I was standing up there talking at a freaking funeral. Every ounce of my being wanted to turn around and shut the casket. And I haven't shared that with anybody. There's still days where I don't think it's real. Or I think I'll just wake up from the nightmare, that everything will be fine, that my room isn't pretty much hers. There's days where I think that I hear her or I see her, you could say. That might sound crazy, but I mean, I've heard people experience it. It's not all that weird, I guess. I don't know. The first month was probably actually the easiest without her. I was still numb, still couldn't believe anything. Time flew by. I didn't realize what was going on. I tried blocking everything out, tried distracting myself. My friends tried helping. I pushed them away. Not a lot of my family was there. I mean, like, my immediate family was, don't get me wrong, but distant family, like, some of them don't even know. The second month, it hit me a little more. It was the 17th birthday, 2 days before the 2-month anniversary of her being gone. And it really dawned me when I was sitting there before I started opening those little gifts from my friends, because that year I just wanted a couple of people to come over. She was always the girl that would come to my parties, but would always hang out with the adults, you could say. She was always in such a hurry to grow up, and now I know why. I was sitting there, and at one point, I had 4 friends over, and 2 were coming over in a little bit. And at one point, I don't even know how I ended up by myself, but I was sitting there, and I'd look up and I was just hoping that Kayla would walk into the room. The next month, was her birthday. Her birthday was the day after her 4-month anniversary of being. The month, actually. Sorry. 3-month anniversary of her being gone. It actually kind of didn't even hit me at that point. We all went up to her grave that day. Her mom, her younger sister, some of her friends. We were all standing around sharing a bunch of stories about her. The crazy things she'd be doing on her 17th birthday, and every year, because I was only a month older than her, she would laugh and say, "Oh, only by a month, like, you're only older than me by a month, that doesn't mean anything." And honestly, everybody thought it was me because of the way she acted. she just... It's hard. The 4th month came, and it hurt. My heart just would, like, my mind, like, even if I wasn't even thinking about it, my heart would just instantly know that that day was coming. And there were some days that it wouldn't dawn on me what day it was. I would just look, and, like, almost by midnight I'd be like, well, that's why I was upset all day. The 6th month came, 5th month, everything gets mixed up. The next month came, and it was the end of my junior year. See, Kayla, she wasn't really a whole high school person. She didn't like being stuck in a building for that long. She just wanted to hurry up and graduate and move on to the next step of her life. On January 18th, she got her GED. She was celebrating. I mean, I was so proud of her for making it to that point. Whether it was a high school diploma or a GED, my best friend made it, you know? It was exciting. I mean, she called me just so freaking happy. She texted me, she blew my phone up. I really didn't think that day would be the last day that I talked to her. My mom's birthday came in July. That was a 7-month anniversary. Obviously, I was happy somewhat that day. I mean, it was my mom's birthday. Went to the beach, celebrated. Did everything she wanted. That night, I completely broke down. My parents went to bed, and I couldn't take it anymore. I tried so hard to just not let it faze me for one time that month. I mean, my mind was just like, oh, it's my mom's birthday, let's just keep it to myself. I mean, I didn't even say anything to my mom. I didn't let her realize what day it was until the day after. It was just 6 months, actually. 7 months came, and it was a hard day. September rolled around. I realized I was starting my senior year without my best friend. So even if Kayla wouldn't have gotten her GED, we lived in different towns, so she wouldn't be going to school with me. But she was still supposed to go to everything with me. Christmas last year, we made a vow that she would go to every dance with me from then on. I mean, she didn't want to go to winter formal last year, so we were waiting till prom. Prom was 5 days before the 3-month anniversary of her being gone. Me and the guy I was dating at the time, we wore camo and cowboy boots for her. And I wore even this tiara that she always insisted on wearing on her birthday. And I made it as much, like, I tried as hard as I possibly could to make it seem like she was there. Even though I knew she wasn't with us in person. I knew she was there. And then senior year started. We had senior sunrise. We had homecoming. And it was just dawning on me that she's missing so much. I started my senior project 2 weeks ago. I'm job shadowing police officers because I'm gonna be a cop. I want to be able to change people's lives and try as hard as I can to fix and solve things like the police officers did for me and my family when we lost Kayla. when Halloween rolled around, that was Kayla's favorite holiday. She was always into the gory movies and being crazy and dressing up, and she even had a Halloween party one year. She was so excited. Of course I went. I was really wishing that she was there with me because it was our senior year, and I don't know. I wish she's there for everything. Like, I wish she would have been at more events than she was. November was hard. I mean, every month is hard. But there wasn't like a specific thing that was going on in November that made me realize what day it was. Like in October we had our homecoming game and our homecoming dance, the 2 days that usually hurt, and I was distracted and busy, and so I wasn't as upset that day. November was just one of those months that I just sat there and everything went through my mind, you know? This month, will be the 11th month anniversary. In 10 days, it will be the 11-month anniversary of her bingo. I think it's extra hard because this is the first Christmas we'll spend without her. The last time I really saw her and spent more than a couple hours with her was December 23rd. I'm beyond scared for that day to come. Next month will be the 1-year anniversary. And I know that's going to be the hardest month of my life. This last year has been really hard. And I hate how people can be so judgmental about it. You wouldn't believe how much I got bullied when I went back to school. I'll be honest and say I didn't even want to go back. I didn't want to be the girl that everybody pitied. The girl that everybody looked down on because her best friend was just killed. I got called names. Stuff thrown at me. I never realized how cruel people can be until I was in the position that some people were bullied in. I try to be okay. I try to act strong. I try to be okay because I know people need me there for them. I know this video's gotta be freaking stupid. But I feel like I kind of left all of you hanging with that video about her. And this is probably the first, maybe the only time that you guys would hear my voice or hear me vent about anything. Thank you all for your kind words and your prayers towards me and my family and everything going on. And you guys have no idea how much it means to me. And the fact that you guys took the time to watch my video and to help her story get out means a lot. She always wanted to be known. She always wanted people to know who she was, and She was always so spontaneous. She had so many friends. The funeral was so packed. There were people up on the balcony and people out in the common area where you couldn't even see what was going on. You could just hear. I'm honestly terrified for next month to come. I feel like I was just sitting in her bedroom yesterday, but right after I heard that she was gone. It's just to the point where sometimes I don't even know what to do anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm beyond thankful that I had her in my life. And I'm so happy I have had the opportunity to call her my best friend for 17 years. I just wish that wouldn't have ended so fast. But that's my story. I've never really had something to push me so hard to live and to make an effort and be noticed and do so much until I lost her. Pretty much everything I do now is for Kayla. Sometimes I took our friendship for granted and I really wish I hadn't. She was always that one person that was there no matter what was going on. The heartbreaks, those stupid friendships that went overboard, family problems, school problems, she was always there. Whether in person, a call, a text, a Skype call, anything, she was always there. And now, I have my boyfriend and I have other friends, but it's just not the same. I miss her. Nobody's ever going to be able to replace her, and I don't want anybody to replace her. I just know that there's always going to be that hole in my chest that I won't be able to fill. It doesn't get easier to live with. It just gets easier to cope with. My life will never be easy living without her. I'll never be able to look and think one day and say that it doesn't hurt. I laugh and I smile with the memories. But whenever I think about those memories, it comes along with tears. Because I'll never get to make another memory with her. You could just say I miss her. Those are the only words that can really sum up how I feel. Lost. Hateful. Scared. Worried. Dread. Fear. I just want to be happy. And the heartache scares me. There are things that make me happy, don't get me wrong. I just want my best friend back. Nothing's ever gonna change that. There's never gonna be another person that takes her spot. I'd give anything just to hear her voice, hug her, see her again. I mean, hell, I'd give anything to hear her crack her stupid jokes. but I know it's not gonna happen. Some of you wanted to hear my story, and that's pretty much it. Some of you asked how do I cope with it. I write in a journal. Every thought, feeling, emotion I get when I think about it, I write. And it helps. If any of you have ever lost somebody, do it. It helps. I love Kayla. I love her. And I'm sorry for the random vent vlog. The awkward pauses and the random tears. But I felt like it was the only way for you guys to really understand what was going on. I'll probably make a video on the 23rd. And I'll try and make one on the 1-year anniversary. Won't be the happiest videos, but I'll try. Thank you guys for everything. No matter how small your guys' comment or thought or prayer was, they really do help. I love you guys. Bye.